Hello, my darlings. Hope you guys are having a happy Sunday. How is everything? Figured I'd come on and do one of my Ask a Witches, but since I don't feel like actually being on camera, I thought, oh, you know what we can do? We can play with the Zen Garden while we're chatting today. So, how is everybody doing this Sunday? Let's see where we randomly want to put stuff. YouTube won't let you comment. Well, that's weird. Is it showing up live on YouTube? It should be. That is very, very strange. Let me see if YouTube will let me comment in a different account. YOU. Let me get my iPad out. So anyway, how's your day going? I'm sorry YouTube won't let you comment, but you're able to comment here. So yeah, it's showing up live. Okay, there it is. I'm going to chat. Hi. Yeah, it's posting. So yep, I was able to comment hi on mine. Oh well. Anyway, hey, welcome to Ask a Witch. Figured I would come and hang out and we can have a little bit of fun, talk about some dark moon magic. I can play with my Zen garden. Oh, I think we need a pink tree. You think we need a pink tree? I think we need a pink tree. I think the pink tree, actually, let's pick that up. Put that right under there and put that right there by the pink tree. There we go. Okay. See, I just, why not? Have a little fun, a little bit of self-care. For me, being able to, play with a Zen garden for a little while can be very relaxing and fun and enjoyable and self-care-ish and all that fun stuff. So I just figured, okay, we're going to Zen today. Let's see. Oh, I think this one looks nice. You're just, oh yeah, no, I'm not doing a tarot live. It is a Sunday. So this is just an Ask a Witch live where we can talk about things and make shit happen. I think I'll save that one for a little bit later. And play with the Zen garden while we're at it. Actually, we'll do that here. Let's do that from right here. So, yes, hey, it's not just live in the circle, though, although your comments are only showing in the circle. This is an Ask a Witch live that, the comments that people have in different groups are going to be able to be private to them in that particular group. However, we can ask a whole bunch of questions and talk about shit and Zen garden the fuck out of stuff. Okay, so let's see. I've got a whole bunch of little Zen garden tools here. I'm deciding this one's for smoothing. My Sunday's been pretty good. That one's for smoothing. Okay, here we go. I like this one. This one's a fun little Zen garden tool. Okay, so we're just playing with the Zen garden and talking about things. Any questions that you guys have. Actually, I'm going to move this because that feels cluttered over there. So we're going to move that over there. Yes, absolutely. Let's talk about some methods to release stagnant emotion before the new moon. All right, so, I personally believe that, most witches believe as above, so below, right? So, taking physical action often helps us work on our metaphysical actions as well, okay? So, we're going to try to do this here. Zen garden's for relaxing, isn't it? So this is actually a very good way here about getting rid of negative emotion that before the new moon is finding some kind of a meditative thing to do. This is just as good as sitting down and going, kind of thing. Questions on anything witchy at all. I kind of put our topic as dark moon magic, but we can talk about anything, and we do have the new moon that is coming soon. Okay, So, you know, dark moon magic is a good thing. Let's put that there. That's cool. That hides my little mistake there. So, I mean, getting rid of negative energies. One of the things that you can do is write negative things in the sand. Like, we're going to put in here B, A, bad vibes. Okay, we can write the word bad. And then we can literally turn around and where's my rake? Hold on. I had a big giant rake. Where's my big? Okay, here it is. Then we can turn around and take our little rake and we can rake out the bad energies. See? Something as simple as this. Raking out the bad. Okay. Making things go upwards instead of down. Okay. And then finding a good vibe stone that we can put over where the bad energies were. Okay, and it's like, Shiya, you just made that up on the spot. Yeah, I did. Have I ever been to the UK before? Yes, I have. It's been many, many years. But yes, I have indeed been to the UK before. Okay, so you can do anything like that. Meditating, salt baths. I really love doing salt baths, okay? So we can take some of this stuff off here. Salt baths. Now, there are two different types of salt baths. There are Epsom salt baths, okay, which is very cleansing. And there's like regular salt baths, which is very grounding, such as using Himalayan salt, sea salt, highly recommended, okay. You can do like a black salt if you want, but that, you know, black salt can leave a residue. But Epsom salts and regular Himalayan salt should not be confused with one another. Okay, Epsom salts is magnesium sulfide. It's called salt simply by virtue of its texture, not because it's in a composition of salt. The new moon is on the 27th in the middle of the night. So technically the actual dark side of the moon is the night of the 27th. And the light side or the manifesting side of the new moon is going to be on the 28th. Okay. So we're going to start that there. I'm going to put this here. Okay. So basically that is one of the things that you can really start working on is releasing right now during this dark moon, the fourth quarter moon. Okay. And letting things, kosher salt would work too. Yes, but that is a grounding bath. Okay, so grounding, what's the difference between grounding and releasing? Epsom salts, magnesium sulfide is something that pulls toxins out of the muscles and out of the body. Okay. And that is great for releasing and having a ritual bath. Great for releasing negativity. Great for letting the toxins out of your life. While literally physically doing it in the body. Other things that you can do, and actually I feel like I need to make more wavies. This is supposed to be my river here coming from my bridge. So we're just going to make it more wavy. But when you're going through the dark moon, that's the time to start releasing. This is a great time to start cleansing the house, taking those releasing baths, okay, turning around and saging your house, saging yourself can help get rid of negative energy, okay, going through and talking about your emotions. Another thing that you can do is take some flash paper, kind of like what I have here. I got new ones now, bigger ones, so you can actually start writing out on some of this flash paper here that burns really easily, okay? And you can write down some of the negative feelings and thoughts and things like that you've been having and burn it in a burn bowl. Where's my burn bowl? Here's my burn bowl. Okay, currently has a candle in it, but you can do that. I've been doing a negative energy release spell on my lives, okay? At night, or on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the fourth quarter of the moon. Right now, we're doing negative energy releases. Okay. But this is all the dark moon, the fourth quarter moon here is a great time for letting go of those negative emotions. And like I said, yeah, we talked about writing in the sand. Okay. We talk about burning things. We talk about, lighting a black candle. Black, okay, is not necessarily just because you're using a black candle, doesn't necessarily mean you're doing something bad. Black is one of the most protectives. Okay. No, you can do it right now. Releasing is right now. The 28th is the actual new moon beginning. We're on the dark side. So all of that releasing can start to happen now, okay? Making this into my little pond back here, messing up the union. So we can start releasing though right now. Another thing is cleaning things out, getting rid of excess clutter in your life would be a great help at this time to turn around. And black is also great for banishing and reversing. Absolutely. But it's a very absorbent color, which basically means you can pour all your negative emotions into the candle. And as the candle melts and burns away, so do you release your negative energy, the negative impact of things that are in your life, so on and so forth. Okay? Basically, ritual can be what you want it to be. So as long as it's a symbol to you of releasing, then good enough. One of my favorite things to do on the dark side of the moon is sweep the rubbish out. Okay? Sweep the rubbish out. It's a great time for mopping and sweeping. Okay? To get all the bad energy out. Add some nice essential oils to your cleaning routine. Okay? That sort of thing, so that you can absolutely, get the bad vibes out and sweep it out, push it out, get them away from you. All right. Anything that it takes to symbolize, a white candle can work too, really, if you'd like. White to me is an all-purpose kind of style candle. Absolutely. You can put any intention and you scribe anything into it. I like to I have my porcupine quill. So whenever I'm doing spell candles, I will scribe into the spell candle certain runes. Okay. So for example, if we're trying to get rid of, we can do like a rune symbol. So we'll talk about divine needs. That symbol right there is about needs and asking the divine for what we need. Okay. So this one here that I just drew. All right. Another one is if you're having problems with relationships. All right. You can actually work on drawing. Actually, there we go. Manus right there. Okay. To kind of up and work on relationships, that sort of thing. All right. So, there's a lot of symbolism and stuff like that. What it basically will have to be about, though, is what matters to you. What is it that you're trying to release? So if you want me to help you right now while we're talking, work on a dark energy, dark magic moon spell to help you release, then let's talk about what it is that you're trying to release. Does vacuuming work? Yeah. Empty the canister out and take out the trash. You're pulling all, just, as you are doing these mundane things, picture the bad energy getting sucked into the canister. And when you suck the canister out and you dump the canister out and take it out to the trash, poof, all gone. Go bye-bye. Okay? Bad energy is out the motherfucking house, that sort of thing. All right, let's look at where we're going to put an obsidian. So here, let's grab a raven to have our raven look over our negative energy, kind of getting rid of our bad energy vibes here, okay? And pulling out protective stones, protective energy, that sort of thing. Very, very, very good for you, okay? All of that sort of thing. You can bring in, I have my little bobblehead wolf here. You can bring in another talisman. Of a protective talisman kind of thing there. So anything, to release worries. Now, doing something like this, the Zen, can help you with releasing worries, because you know what? This is peaceful and calm and shit, okay? This is one of my spell tools. Actually, doing a rune garden like this, a Zen garden. Whoops, let's just mess things up. But doing a Zen garden like this is one of my spell tools. Good evening, my dear. So, John says that he notices at work people subconsciously dump off negative energy at the trash cans by the pumps. Yeah, he started dumping his off there too. Great place. Someplace outside the house, Whatever it takes to turn around, like for me, a spiral has a lot of manifestation energy to it, and you can actually spiral out and spiral back in, okay, to go within. When you're spiraling out, push the bad energy out. When you spiral back in, you bring the good energy within. All things that you can do to, work through that, your energy cycles, to change your energy. Get a little bud or a little bud stone. That's what this is. This is bud stone. Okay. There we go. We can throw that in the middle of our spiral, and create just, we can say that, hey, we're going to go ahead and this pathway to or actually to take an infinity stone, an infinity look here. We can say I have this infinity pathway that's been going, and it feels like infinity has been putting negative direction on me. So instead, I'm going to reverse it, and I'm going to do the infinity in a different direction. Okay, to change my luck for the better. And I'm going clockwise instead of counterclockwise, that sort of thing. We're not doing a tarot live right now. Tarot lives are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, today we're doing an Ask a Witch, so you can ask questions about witchcraft, magic, practical shit, whatever you want, okay? We are on the 4th quarter of the moon, and of course, any type of things that we want to do to get rid of bad habits, negative habits, we can totally do at this point, okay? So what you can do is, let's just go ahead and clear all this out. There we go. Jonathan says, I just gave him a realization he needs to start walking the labyrinth at Unity more. Yes, walking a labyrinth, the things reversing on themselves. That is an absolute wonderful context there. Okay, so one of the things that we can do is, as a spell, we're going to just take all these little pieces off of here. All right. And my favorite thing to do is shake the shit out of my big old tray. And it kind of, there's still some there. You love the black one. Looks like a pool. Yes. And then we have our little smoothing stone. Okay, so our smoothing rake here. So we're just going to, smooth away the bad vibes. We're going to make it smooth. We're releasing all of that. Okay. Releasing all the negative. We're going to pull the sand up this way because there's sand missing on this side. Not looking for perfection. Just smoothing it out a little bit. There we go. So when you have this blank slate, like I said, my trick is to pick it up and shake it a little bit to kind of smooth it out a little more. When you have this blank slate, we can absolutely start writing in here. And since I'm upside down to y'all, I'm going to write in here bad vibes. All right, so I'm going to turn this over. You guys are going to see bad vibes. What do witches worship? Whatever the fuck they want to. Witchcraft is not a religion. Witchcraft is a craft. It's like any other arts and craft, only we're using metaphysical energies. I've seen witches who worship Christ. I've seen witches who worship Egyptian deities or Norse deities or any pantheon. I've seen witches who don't worship at all. They simply path, you know. I personally am an omnitheist, but, you know, that means I believe that all gods are one God. Okay, all paths are related, and when we get down to it, we are just looking at different essences of the things. But here we go. We've got bad vibes going here. So what do we want to do with bad vibes? So we can start thinking about, okay, now we're going to do this as a ritual. So what do we want to replace our bad vibes with? Well, first of all, we want to rake out the bad vibes, right? So we're going to literally rake out the bad vibes. And we'll make a pattern instead, right? This can be a ritual. Raking out the bad vibes. We're getting rid of the bad vibes. Bad vibes go bye-bye. What can you do to disconnect from an unhealthy bond with a child? I have my 18-year-old wanting to be her own adult, and I need to let her grow and not worry. Till then, I'm losing my mind. Honestly, as a parent, I don't know that you're ever going to completely let go, but you can instead cast a lot of magical protections and work on keeping your protection and love and care over her from a distance, okay? And actually start doing positive magic work, okay? Now, we just got rid of all of our bad vibes, so now what are we replacing the bad vibes with? Well, first of all, pink makes me feel good. Does it make you feel good? I'm going to put the pink right in there. Actually, you know what? Before we put the pink down, we're going to make a little spiral around it. Well, there we go. A little pattern around our pink. Oops. Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. We have our lovely little pink tree. All right. And since we're getting rid of bad vibes using our pink tree, let's add some other good vibes around our pink tree. I had where'd it go? Here it is. No crucite. Okay. Do I sense any healing? Well, that would be something we would want to do a reading on. And I do readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can come back and we can do a reading on that. Hello, Diana and Lucy Lou. How are you guys? So the other thing that you can do, Tiffany, because you're never going to really completely release, you've got a DNA bond with that child, is to work on your own context for healing and anxiety, okay? So releasing healing and anxiety would be good. Learning to do protection spells for your young one. What else do we want to do to replace the bad vibes? How about a little amethyst, okay? Amethyst is very good for the soul, okay? It's very good for our third eye. Let's have a little bit of the Mega Healer, which is our crystal quartz there, okay? And let's see, what else? We want to have grounding out for all the negative vibes, so we're going to put some mahogany obsidian there. All right, so you can use something like a Ginseng to create the Zen garden, to create a context of good emotional energy to replace something. So the writing in the sand has now been transformed into this nice little crystal grid that we are creating in the sand to make good energy, okay? So now we're talking about, we're getting rid of the bad vibes. So we've added some grounding, we've added some emotional healing. Let's see, what else do we want to add in? You know, how about just a little bit of a Zen piece? Okay, we're going to have our little Buddha sit over here and look over our garden, our Zen garden, okay? And our crystal grid going on here. All right, and then we can say, I know what I want. I want joy, okay? So let's see, what we're going to do is, I'm going to use this one here. We're going to write joy. J. Oh. Joy. So now we are replacing our bad vibes with joy instead, right? So let's think of a joyful crystal that we're going to put with that. Let's see, what's the joy? Let's find a joyful, happy crystal. Let's talk about Unakite. There we go. We're going to put some Unakite by our joy here, which is being fully present in the moment. So now look at this. We're creating a spell with a Zen garden together. All right. So, and then what else makes me happy? You know what? Flowers make me happy. So let's make a little flower here. All right, we're going to make a little flower with our stamp here. There's a little flower. And we'll put some more flowers around to add to our crystal grids. Okay. And we can say, okay, what crystals are making me feel happy? How about green aventurine? Green aventurine is great for new opportunities. Okay, that is a good, happy, joy. Okay. How about pyrite? Abundance makes me happy. So we'll just stick that little pyrite in there. There we go. And then how about, lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli makes me happy. So I'm going to make that. I have my little flowers there. Okay, let's add some sacred geometry in there. I have a little pentacle kind of thing. It's a 5-sided little stamp. And it has 5 sides all the way through. Earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Okay. So orange pops into your head, John. Good. Well, I'm going to put my little pentagram, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit down here. Okay. And now I'm going to add in, whoops, let's just drop everything, Shiya. Okay. Yeah, I'm coordinated. Not. Where did my little stampy go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's do some more flowers. Okay. We'll do some more flowers. Let's put a flower right in the middle of the O for joy. All right. There we go. Now we have erased, we had bad vibes, and now we have created joy. Yeah? This is how simple spell work is, folks. This is how easy it is. And you can leave that there for a minute, for a day, whatever. You can light a candle next to it to kind of reinfuse this energy. Okay? You can add other things to it, like this wonderful fluorite. This is a raw fluorite. I like this raw fluorite. So I'm going to put the fluorite here for connection with the guides and an organized mind. All right. And let's see. I might feel like doing a little more design around here. So again, this spiral. I'm going to spiral going clockwise for creating good things in my life. Okay. I'm going to do a pentagram. Again, earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Oh, that didn't turn out too well, did it? I went too deep. So hold on, we're going to go. There we go. Sometimes the sand is picky. So there we are. Neat, neat. And there's our little pentagram. All right. We can do spells like this. You know, do you have to have a fancy tray that, like, I got this at a thrift store? Okay, I got the sand. It's Zen Garden sand off of Amazon. I got these little kit thingies off of Amazon to play with, and I got this little. I literally, like, this is my. It's a sound bowl, but I replaced it with all of my little tools for my Zen Garden in here. Okay, and of course I can just throw my regular tarot stuff in there. Now here's what else you can do. You can grab a little pendulum and just start, you know, making trails in the sand with the pendulum. Let's see if I can make that work. I can't. Let's see. Okay, that didn't work too well. But if I had a heavier one, it might. That one was too light. So you've done spells in the bathroom stall. Hey, you know what? One of the best banishing, getting rid of negative energy spells is writing out something you want to get rid of on a sheet of toilet paper and flushing it. If you really hate it, wipe your ass with it and then flush it. Okay? Those are all possibilities too. So what are some of the things that you guys are trying to get rid of in your life? that you don't want in your life anymore. How about bad habits? Okay, we can wipe out bad habits. So, again, we can clear the board. Thank you. Some people ask me, Shiya, how do you remember where all your crystals go? And I'm just like, well, they go where I tell them to go and where they feel right to me at the moment. Some of them have homes that are semi-permanent, and some of them it moves about here and there. You know, it's all about the feng shui and the feel. All right. So who has a bad habit they want to get rid of? Let's talk about who has a bad habit, negative habit that they want out of their life. Like me, I have a bad habit of smoking. I don't want it gone. I like smoking. Tough shit. Oh, we're going to clear this out. Okay, whoever said me, it just comes up as Facebook user because you're in a group. So what's a bad habit? Give me an example of a bad habit you want gone from your life. We're just clearing it off. You can do this as many times as you want to just, oops, what? I got a hair in there. That's what happens when you have 3 cats and 4 humans with long hair in the house. See how much fun this is and calming. Like, I wanted to play with this today, and I'm like, you know what? I can play with this on my live. I can just have some fun and play with this and make some good energy grids. Self-doubt. Okay. So, what are things that represent self-doubt to you? We're going to write the self-doubt on the sand. Self-doubt's a good one. Self-doubt, overthinking. Okay. Our sand kind of cleared off here. All right, so we're going to write self-doubt. And overthinking. All right, so now we've got self-doubt and overthinking. All right. So, what we want to do is we want to get rid of self-doubt and overthinking. So we'll take Maxine here to represent our mind. All right. This is our mind. This is our upset mind that's got self-doubt and overthinking coming from here. All right. So first thing we want to do is we want to send out clearing energy from our mind. Okay, we're going to send out clearing energy from our mind. And when this is actually the act of doing this is its own kind of ritual, it's its own kind of spell. We're going to send out clearing energy from our mind. Now notice all of the stuff that we're doing is radiating out. From our mind, we have made the decision, radiating out, that we are no longer going to engage in self-doubt. Okay? So what do we want to bring into our mind instead? We've cleared going out. Okay? We have cleared that out and we've put out just plain energy. So what do we want to bring into our lives first of all? Okay, let's think about all right, crystal of an organized mind. Okay, so we're going to point this at our Maxine head here, our brain, and we are going to kind of just draw some magical energy lines that are coming in from this crystal. I'm going to do 3 to either side. 3 is a magic number, okay? So we have organized mind coming in through here. Now, what else do we want? We want to maybe connect to the universe. So we're going to open up our third eye here, and we're going to bring our amethyst in and just kind of, we're going to circle this here, and we're going to point that straight in, okay? We're going to bring that connection in, all right? We are going to have nice grounding energy. So we're going to put this over here because we're going to let our obsidian absorb all of our negative thoughts. So we're going to put our negative thoughts going out towards the obsidian, and we're going to just kind of, that needs to go that way. All of our negative thoughts are getting grounded. The obsidian is taking it all, okay? And we want to make sure that we are putting things in the direction that we want, okay? We want the negative thoughts going out, okay? So what do we want? We want maybe new ideas, okay? So we're going to take this green aventurine, and we're going to draw a light bulb around it. And there's our light bulb around it of new ideas. And we're going to tether that into our brain. Okay? You see that? You see how we're kind of creating a spell kind of going on here? Let's see. What else? We want to have a clear mind. So vanadinite, that helps helps open up the pineal gland. So let's go ahead, and we want to, maybe use some of that sacred geometry here. There's our sacred geometry. Okay? And we're going to put our vanadinite right there on top of that. And again, we are drawing that inwards and connecting that to us. Okay, you get tingles. I mean, look, we're doing a spell together. All right, we want to have an abundant, we want to be fully happy and present in the moment. So here's my Buddha, okay, my Unicate Buddha being present in the moment. And the Buddha is happy, so we're going to get out our happy little flowers. We're going to plant flowers around our Buddha. Okay, we got flowers around our Buddha. So we're staying fully present in the moment. Okay, we want to stay connected to nature. So let's put some little trees in here to represent nature. And here's our cute little pond next to the tree. And how about a nice little kind of a rocky formation behind our pond right over here. And how about a nice little bush? Where's a nice little bush? Let's find a bush. Here's a nice little bush to put next to it. Okay, we want to stay connected to nature, so that's our connection with nature there. Okay, and once again, is Siddhartha set up underneath the tree? So let's put our another happy little contemplative Buddha right here by our vanadinite and our nature scene, and let's connect that in. Okay, so let's just have that nice flowing water that's connecting in to us from our cute little wishing well pond here that's connecting us with nature. All right, how easy was this? How easy is this? May you ask what, Money? You just ask something. Ask away. This is Ask a Witch. So we're not doing readings, but we're talking about magic. We're talking about how to get rid of negatives and add positives in our life, okay? Remember, we've got all the negative going out there, okay? How about protecting us from all the things that we see? Let's put some selenite right here, okay? So the things as we go outward and we're facing out into life, and this is our thought bubble here, but as we're going outward, we have our selenite here to cleanse our intentions going out and to cleanse all the energy that's coming in, to keep it from coming in, okay? As long as we're doing that, let's go get my some hematite, and we'll stick that hematite right there too. Bad energy doesn't even pass the hematite, okay? So there we go. We're doing a little grid to get rid of negative thoughts and overthinking, okay? Cancel. So there you go. Welcome. We're not doing tarot right now. We're doing an Ask a Witch. Our tarot is on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, we're just talking about getting some knowledge, getting some wisdom. Okay, so what else do we want to bring into our life? Let's say that you want to bring a good heart connection into your life. Okay, let's add that. And this is our little ideas, things that we're trying to bring in. Good ideas, good energy, love. A little bit of celestite for guidance from the universe. Okay, we're going to take that. We're going to stick that right there. And let's see, what else do we want to bring in? Here's a nice little Super 7, which is great, wonderful, vibing energy that has 7. It's called the Harmony Stone or the Melody Stone. And how about money? Good one, yes. Let's bring some money in. So this is our zone here of things that we're trying to bring in, okay? These are our connections and our spiritual side, but these are the things physically that we want to bring in. All of this above us here with the fluorite to help us have an organized mind, to just be able to kind of get things vibing in the right direction. So here you go. Take a screenshot of this. This is the spell right here. We just completed a spell together. Okay? We just did a spell together using sand, a Zen garden, and just doodling in the sand and having a nice relaxing time. And while we're doing that, we are expending energy. Okay? So we can go over here with free will to all and harm to none. As we will, it is now done. So mote it be. Woo! Spell done, people. All right. Actually, want to take it a further one step further? Hold on. Here we go. We're gonna take it a step further. We have 2 real sections that we're working on here. We're working on the physical world here, and we're working in the metaphysical world here. All right. So there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and light a candle here. So the metaphysical side and the spiritual side, because we want to kind of start there. We'll light that candle, and then we'll light this candle over here for the physical side. So there we are. We have 2 candles that are going here. I'm going to dig these in a little deeper into the sand. Little tea lights. All right. So now we've got some major spell stuff going. Make sense? Okay, so now we've got a cool spell that is manifesting. We got rid of the bad vibes. You can go back to the beginning of it and vocalizing it and talking about it, and we've involved the senses. Okay, now if you want to add in another sense, hold on, let's do it. Let's add in one more sense. Let's do it. Come on, why not? All right, hold on. Here we go. Where am I going for? None of these. Get up and get one of the cones, I think. Thought I had some sitting here. Sticks, but do not have the cones. You're there. Okay. So here's a little incense cone. We're gonna take this. And we're gonna get see if I have a little thing I can put it on. We got an incense cone right here, so let's see what we're gonna put the incense cone on. Add some of those little thingies. I gotta find a little thing. Oh. Even better. I'm gonna take our little one of my little thingies here, and we're gonna light up that incense right there. And my little glass crystal lotus. Now we are involving all the senses. We have all 6 senses involved, including smell. Now, okay, at least I've got the smell. You can kind of envision the smell for you. Okay, but we've got, touch, taste. I don't know so much about taste, but, we've got, at least 5 of the senses involved. you know, and the more senses that we have involved, the more we are now creating, okay? The more we are now focusing, so to speak, okay? Now over here, since we've got our negative vibes going this way, let's go ahead and we're going to add in our Raven of Protection over here, okay? That's going to be monitoring all the negative energy and help draw it away from us. And there we go. We've got a spell. Look at this, guys. We've got some dark moon energy spell. How do you guys feel from this? How do you feel? How does the energy feel to you? We've got, and you can be like Shiya, which is do OCD shit and try to reorganize stuff on the regular. Close enough. But it doesn't have to be perfect. I OCD stuff. Let's put what else? Let's do some healing. Okay. Rodnite over here. We're gonna let that draw out negative emotional energy going that direction. Okay. So there we go. With our happy Buddha and good vibes over here. You know, what's one thing that really makes me happy? My wolf makes me happy, so I'm gonna put my wolf right here. Okay. So there we go. I have my little bobblehead wolf that makes me happy. Your inner child is feeling very nourished. Excellent. So now we have this wonderful spell that's going on just a simple. I got this brass tray for $10 at a thrift place. I think I spent like $10 on the sand, and I can reuse that a million times. All my crystals I can reuse, but hey, you know, as long as it has a symbolism to you, that's all that matters, right? So I'm just gonna make my little nature zone more naturey over here. All right. So we're gonna nature zone them naturey, and oh, my phone went out. Come on, light, and stay lit. There we go. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit more naturey to my nature zone over here. Put some more greenery. And actually, you know what? A good stone for nature is going to be... Oh, okay. So there we go. And we have our nice little nature zone over there. So we have our connection to nature. And now we've had a good time, and we've had fun, and we've done a little bit of self-care. But with that good time and self-care and everything, we have created a spell. Complete with incense and candles and crystals and geometry. The whole 9 yards. It's easy. Spell work does not have to be difficult. Okay? It does not have to. You know what I'm going to put over here in our good zone that we want to bring to us is garnet. Motivation. Okay? Good motivation. Going in the right direction. I'm going to stick that garnet there. So there you go. So what other questions do you guys have about dark moon magic? Because again, we're using the dark moon to get away from things, but nature abhors a void. So we want to get rid of the negative and decide what we want to add in. Okay, where the negative is not so much of a focus. We've got, you know, over here we've got 3 real stones that are representing the negative output, which is to ground it. We have our guardian spirit here of our raven, and then we have a Rodnite, which is also purifying our emotions. Okay. We have our tangible physical zone over here to where we're going to be able to see our signs for the universe, be motivated, find good emotional connection. We have Pyrite for money, Green Aventurine for new opportunity, and Super 7 Melody Stone for finding harmony with our environment. Over here we've got our nature connection and our zen and our pineal gland activation, our third eye, being fully present in the moment, and whatever just makes us happy. For me, it's my wolf. My wolf makes me happy. Okay, right here. And here we go. We've got a very comprehensive and effective spell that works. You too can cast spells. Okay? And if you have a particular divinity, you can ask the divinity to help you. Okay? For me, it's just, you know, Lord and Lady, God and Goddess. you know, but I see the connection to all. Like I said, I am an omnitheist, and I believe in the context of all things being connected. So yeah, we have a Zen Garden spell going. What questions do you guys have? Throw them at me. Have you guys seen the whatchamacallit? My reels that I've been doing every day now? I just worked on a new format for it today. So tomorrow's reel is going to look a little bit different, but the same. Okay. But it's going to be every day. There's a card and good energy from the universe for you guys to claim. Share it, enjoy it, however you will. How do you do a protection spell? Well, basically, you're specifically wanting to do one with your daughter, right? That be accurate, Tiffany? So I'm going to tell you about a parent spell. All right. Now, my mom, my adopted mom, not my real mom, my adopted mom I've heard, you guys have heard me talk very much about my parents growing up and how very Christian and stuff that they were. Okay. My adopted mom was very much wanting me to come back into the fold and communicate with her and stuff like that. Now, she, like I said, was very, very Christian. Didn't know how to do spells. She knew how to pray, though. Definitely knew how to pray. You know, Mom might say that's the same thing. Okay. But what she did was she literally went out and got a nice photo of me as a child. And, you know, had all these wonderful little memories that were around it and talked about love. And it was a great little frame that was around it. Okay. Took the photo and put it into the frame. And on the back of the photo, she put a Bible verse. And the Bible verse she put on the photo was, train up a child in the way she should go. Of course, she moderated it instead of he. She's put on she. And she will not depart from that understanding. And that was literally her spell. And then she gave me that as a gift. And I thought, oh, that's so sweet. I never opened up the photo frame. I never realized that it said that on the back until Mom had told me about it years later. You know, but I put that in a special treasured place in my home, looked at it on the regular, gave good energy to it. And, you know, my mom's intention when she was writing that on the back was to help us reestablish a relationship. And we did from that for many years. It was an effective spell. Okay. So how will you do a protection spell? Okay. You can actually have a very nice photo frame and put on the back of a picture of the two of you together or one of her, a bunch of protection sigils and symbols, and then you can keep it for yourself and look at it every day and make one for her. And that's a connection point that the two of you can have to where you can literally, every time you look at it, and you can say, hey, I have one and you have one. This is my copy of our photo together and this is yours. So whenever we look at each other, we can realize that no matter how far away we are apart from each other, you're looking at this one and I'm looking at that one and I'm sending good energy to you. And what you're really doing is every time you're doing that, you're just putting protection and do a protection sigil or protection love and just send protection energy to her through that process. So simple. Witchcraft does not have to be complicated. It doesn't. It isn't. It is all about us finding ways to direct our energy in ways we can connect. You do not have to be a high priestess. You don't have to be a quote unquote whatever witch kind of thing. Okay? You can just simply do things that connect energy and manifest using your energy. There is no person that cannot do this, truly. Yeah, for me, I have, with my mom, I have a digital photo frame that I actually literally have a digital connection to that I can upload pictures to her. And I know that I have that digital connection through to her photo frame. And that's an energy conduit, you know? And yes, somebody else brought up it's a great thing to do when you share children with another parent living separately. Yes. It's not unlike those little heart kind of jewelry things that broken in pieces and his best friend or whatever. That is a kind of spell too, you know? Or having a same stone, or anytime you're worried, touch this stone and rub on this stone, and I'll have one too. And every so often you'll feel drawn to pull that stone out and rub that stone and send good energy to your child. Okay? Jonathan did a very simple suggestion spell. He wrote the word yawn on the white dry erase board at work the other day in a very light color, and he knew it would hit his coworker's subconscious, and almost all of them are yawning that day. That's a type of spell too, my friends. It truly is. It is us directing the natural energies of the world. I love how this is burning. This is one of those kind of backflow burner incenses. I don't know if you can see how the incense smoke is sitting in there as it's burning, as well as some of it coming out. But it's one of those backflow ones, you know, kind of fun, kind of cool. Somebody said also, I think with teens, it's more something heartfelt that I might make them more inclined to open up to the protective energy. Yeah. I mean, just give them a gift. Find a gift of love, something that they would appreciate, okay? Connect it to something that, like, for example, let's say that you're going to give them a necklace. They've always wanted just a plain gold necklace. Take that plain gold necklace and take it with, let me see if I have a necklace around. Just as an example. All right. So, let's say that you find a nice necklace to give to a teen, and they pick it out or whatever, and you know that that's something that they would want. And it's important to pick out something that they would want. And you take that necklace and you put it with a stone, okay? And you could just kind of focus on, while you're holding it, I love you. I want you protected. My heart goes with you wherever you are. I want you to be able to make good decisions. I want you to be able to come to me. Put all of your intentions in there. Give the teen the necklace. You keep the stone. Okay? And every time you start feeling you want to put some energy towards that person, then you take the stone and just say, hey, I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm sending good energy, protection, and good energy. Okay? That's an easy spell to do. Spell work is not complicated. All right? Now, you can make it as complicated as you want. If you really want complicated, get complicated. Makes you feel good? Take what you need, leave the rest behind. Is it necessary? No. It just, like this, is something we just kind of built on the fly. This is a spell for getting rid of overthinking and self-doubt, and we replaced it with a connection to nature. We replaced it with things we're happy with. We replaced it with being in the moment. We replaced it with spiritual awareness, an organized mind, okay, an uplifted consciousness. The lotus flower talks about, for example, the lotus itself. It has a really strong message to it that the lotus is a beautiful flower that blooms in the muck and the mire, okay? Over here, we have all the things that we want to bring into our lives, the new opportunities, good emotional connections, money, motivation, being able to see signs and connections with the universe, and the Super 7 stone of all the possibilities. And here's where all the bad vibes are going. It's going out to the bottom left, the left-hand side, the left-hand path, you know. We have our obsidian, we have our raven guardian here. We have emotional cleansing, getting rid of emotional bad energies. And here we have a whole spell. How hard was that? You can write sigils there. You can write sigils in the air just with energy. Okay. So there you go. Jonathan says he's written sigils on the whiteboard. And they've worked because everyone was charging them for them, and subconsciously just by seeing them. There you go. Okay. Michelle is asking, what kind of readings do you do? I do tarot mostly, and oracle. and runes. Here's my rune bag. Okay. I do pyromancy, fire readings, all of the above, you know. Can I do playing cards? Yeah, but I like pretty images, and playing cards are kind of boring to me. But absolutely, you can do playing cards. So, hi, Anita. You miss your mother and your father, and you need to know what they think of you. Okay, here's the thing. Anita, do you have this little space in your heart where you miss your parents? When you think of them, do you feel that little empty spot where their physical presence used to kind of be? Can you feel that whenever you think of them, that place where the sorrow and the emptiness just kind of is? And can you feel that little empty spot? Okay, great. Then I'm going to give you a way for you to connect with them. Okay, that little empty spot is your connection to the other side of the veil, where they used to physically reside there in that space energetically in your heart. As they crossed the veil, it left a kind of an empty feeling spot there. So what I want you to do, Anita, is to take something that is a focus item, a picture of them, an object that they held, or even just a something to hold physically, a crystal that you like or something that's calming. Okay, take that and hold it. And while you're holding it, I want you to connect that spot to that, whatever you're holding, to that empty spot in your heart. Okay, and while you're holding that thing and focusing, I want you to focus on your good memories. I want you to focus on the good things. Okay, I want you to focus on the good times, some of the things that you remember, something stupid that your dad did, something that your mom helped you with. Okay, and think of good memories and focus in on that. And while you're doing that, I want you to focus on that empty spot, and I want you to just start pushing love and memories and good vibes through that empty spot. And just think about it. And then when you feel like you have just pushed all of your good, positive emotions through that spot, I want you to sit and I want you to listen to that empty place. And you're going to hear a little echo back. You're going to feel a little echo. You're going to feel, some people, a coldness or a coolness, a tingling, a warmth, a love. Sometimes you might even hear voices, a smell, whatever. But when you connect that empty spot, it's not an empty spot. It's a connection cord. It's a connection cord to them across the veil. And because you had that spot for them in your heart in life, then that spot is there even though they have crossed the veil, because they are still in existence. And you can hear for yourself how they think, how they feel, and feel that connection to them again. It's just like having a telephone cord from this room to the other. Now, it kind of works like those old-fashioned cans, okay, to where you had the old telephone thing. I don't know if kids nowadays do that anymore, but where you stretch a cord between two cans and somebody talks into it and there's this, the other person you kind of hear kind of thing, and it's kind of muffled, but it is still a connection. Somebody asked, why might we feel discomfort and avoidance when we try this? Well, simply because many of us don't believe that we should be able to or are able to talk across the void. Other times they might be, it might be that they're avoiding talking to you because they're dealing with some of their own stuff across the veil, Yeah, when you think of yours or see a photo, it's still very jarring. I get that. I lost my late husband. I totally understand. Okay, but that's why you have to sit down and concentrate and focus on the good memories. When you are focusing on the negative memories, it statics up the line. It statics up the line and it disconnects you. Okay? I think you're breaking up. You're breaking up. I can't. Nothing's coming through. You're breaking up. Can't hear you. You're breaking up. Okay? That's what the bad energy does. All right? That's what the negative, the sorrow, the grief, the stuff like that. Okay? You can put in, I miss you. I love you. Okay? All that sort of thing. But when you start focusing on the negative of it, we're going to mess up the connection now. Can you hear me very well? I can't hear you very well. I can't hear you. That sort of thing. And that's kind of what ends up happening. So you've got a telephone line there, but it's finicky. It's definitely finicky. You know, Erica, most of the time when they cross across the veil, they are. I mean, I don't do mediumships on live anymore. If you want to get a mediumship reading, you can do it on private. But I was just explaining, you can go back and watch the video to kind of see some of the explanation that I had there of how to kind of connect with your loved ones across the veil. Okay. But I'll tell you that I've never talked to a soul that has seen or experienced hell. I have, however, talked to souls that have experienced regret or are still stuck in their own kind of mindset, but none that have experienced any kind of a torment. Okay? Yeah, and you might have some anxiety of what might happen in connecting with them, but how should it be any different? Why should it be any different than picking up the phone and calling them when they were still alive? It shouldn't be. You know, if you like dealing with them when they were alive, then pick up the phone and call them. You know, when they're across the veil, when they're on the other side, do that. What I told you about, focus, send the good energy, and then stop and listen, and you will hear back. You will hear back. So what other questions do you guys have? Our incense is almost burned out for our little sand spell that we did here. I'm going to leave it going for a little while. Well, Erica, when you do that, focus on what I was talking about, is that little empty spot in your heart that feels like a black hole. When you're, you know, it just, like when you're in your grief, that little spot, it feels like a black hole. It feels almost like a little void. And it's like every time you think of them, there's that little hitch, that little black hole, that little void. That's how it feels to me. To where, you know, God, I miss them. And that's that spot in my heart that it will always be there. I cannot erase it. There, you know, that black hole there. Okay. And when you turn around and send that love and good energy and stuff through that black hole, take a moment to listen and feel. And you'll hear the echoes. That is your conduit. That is your connection to the other side of the veil. All right, Jonathan. Hey, you and I need to talk about OBS, so give me a holler. How can we decipher signs better? What helps with discernment? That is a damn good question. Okay, there are some people who see signs everywhere and in everything. Let's put it this way. Signs make logical sense. When they are literally signs from the universe, they will have a tangible and logical sense to them. It's not going to be some nonsense kind of like, what does 3 ravens mean? You're going to look at the 3 ravens and say, I feel something. I feel an energy from that. Okay? And so I'm definitely feeling drawn towards that. I'm feeling an energy towards that. Rebecca was feeling feathers everywhere. You know, different feathers typically have different meanings. But what you do is when you focus in on the sign or symbol that you're looking for, see how it makes sense in your life. See how it relates. Okay? If somebody recently passed and all of a sudden cardinals are showing up everywhere, well, you know, cardinals, dragonflies, whatever, you're looking for a sign that your loved one is at peace. Yeah, you just got that. You're seeing traditional spirit messengers and spirit carriers and signs like dragonflies, cardinals, blue jays, even ravens are very big carriers of messages from across the veil. Okay, you're seeing all of those things. And that is the universe saying, hey. All right. Earlier today, I was playing a game. All right. I was having fun playing a game on my iPad. And I knew I needed to come in and do some work on reels and everything else like that. Okay. And all of a sudden, my game in the middle of a match kept connecting. It disconnected like 7 or 8 times. I was ready to fling the frickin' iPad. And I'm like, okay, fine, universe. I will finish what I'm doing, and then I will get my ass to work and start focusing on what I need to do. All right, that was a sign from the universe. Hey, Shiya, get off your ass, quit being a lazy bitch, and go do your witchy shit, okay? Yes, universe. All right. Now, over time, and we connect with our higher selves, we will start to feel more and more of that. Okay. And that's something that working on meditation and stuff like that. Somebody said they feel bombarded by signs of different levels, but I think some of it's my psyche and other stuff is just unmistakable. Okay, there is a divine kind of feeling energy that comes with signs that are from the universe. And it's through meditation, awareness of self. And that goes right into the next question is, how do we know what's coming from our higher self, our child self, or say an ancestor or deity trying to connect with us? Over time, as you start to meditate, you start to tell the differences between these things. Okay, and context is everything. It really, really, really is. Anita asks, when someone calls your name and you hear it, who is that? It could be anything. It could be anybody. Context, context, context is all. Okay, it's all about context. So basically, signs and interpretations, and that's why not everybody has that gift, but especially signs and oracles and interpretations, you'd need some help. And over time of working with somebody, a mentor of some kind, let's like, give me a specific example, and we'll walk through it. And then, eventually, okay, that happened to me before. Now I can recognize it. Make sense? So it's kind of like keep a journal. Keep a journal of the signs. Keep a journal of the things that are catching your attention. And then go back and see how they make sense later. Okay? I'm glad. That's why I do this Ask a Witch thing. And please, guys, go over to ladyshiya.com. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on YouTube. Whatevs. Just give me some love. Hit me some hearts on the Facebook. Give me some interactions. Hit me some hearts on the live stream. Those are things that you can do to give back. Okay? So let's see. And somebody else. Oh, Erica. Okay. Erica would like to get a private mediumship. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Like, I can be sitting by the house and sometimes my name is to be called. Anita, you mentioned that you lost your mother and father. Have you lost any other loved ones recently? Regina, the obvious context is going to be call the association, ask them for a copy. That's going to be the best thing. Anything else like that, we can read on that. We're not doing readings. I don't have readings out. We've got a Zen spell going right here. Okay. So you haven't lost anybody but your mom and dad, so it possibly could be them, or it could possibly be a divinity. I mean, is there something that you're doing or thinking about specifically at the times that this is happening? That's the point where you would start to keep a journal and say, I heard my name called today. I was thinking about this and I was doing this at the time. And then start to see if there is a correlation between all the times that you're hearing your name called. Are you simply thinking about and giving energy to, thinking about your parents who have crossed the veil at that time? It could possibly be them. Are you thinking about divine guidance at that time? It could possibly be your guides. It could be 1.5 million different analogies based upon what's going on in your life at the time that you are hearing it. Make some sense? So if you see, eventually, if this happens on the regular, you will start to see a correlation. Any other questions that you guys want to throw at me? It's Ask a Witch time. This is your chance to ask me. Guys, I do have my mentorship circle available for you guys. Let me pull. I need to pull up that thing. This is where I do on the mentorship circle. I have various videos and teachings and stuff like that I do, and I would love to have you guys come and join us there. It is $25 a month, okay? But that's less than $1 a day, really, and it is self-paced, so you can take all of the learning and stuff that we're doing, and watch it, listen, respond, everything like that in your own time. It does not need to be, you know, like, oh, it's only at 5 p.m. on Tuesdays. You know, I do have a live that, you know, mentoring live that we do our shadow work and stuff like that with every Tuesdays. But even that is posted up later and let me get this. Here we go. There we are. That's the mentorship circle right there, folks. So you can come in and join in. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do it there. But you guys can come in and join us there, and we do like I said, we do our shadow working together and everything. So you know, come and join. You can learn more about it at ladyshiya.com. All right. So join us on the mentorship circle. I wish things would get better for me. Okay, you wish things would get better for you. Check yourself where you wreck yourself, Anita. Okay, we have to use our own energy. If we want to manifest positive stuff in our life, then we have to be taking positive actions and positive affirmations and literally do what we can to release the negativity as we are going through. Okay, so you're going to have to take positive actions. Things aren't just going to immediately get better. You have to focus on it. Power of positive thinking, power of manifestation, however you want to put it. These things are critical to positive self-development and having a better life. Okay. Amy, do you specifically speak to someone when you use a pendulum? I do not recommend using a pendulum for divination. It is the same as a Ouija board and is dangerous to the uninitiated. You have ravens in your yard every once in a while. That's wonderful. Ravens are beautiful, wonderful spirit guides and messengers, and they love to interact with their people. If you leave shinies out for them, they will start leaving shinies for you. They'll take the shinies and leave a shiny, you know, little trinkets and things like that. And you'll find that they will bring you gifts and pebbles and stuff like that. You know, putting out some larger seed for them, you know, some suet or something like that might be great. But, you know, magic, guys, isn't all about let's just do a spell like we did here. This is actually, we're going to have to look at this and say, okay, look, part of what I wanted to do here is the connection to nature. So am I going to stay connected to nature if I, you know, don't get outside and get connected to nature? No. So basically, if I really want to experience this area of the spell here, where I have my nature connection in our spell, I'm going to have to go and go touch a tree, go touch the ground, go feel the air in my face. Okay? I got to get my ass outside in nature to feel this connection to nature. And then I have the memory of how that wind felt on my face, how the ground felt beneath my feet, how the moon looked when it was rising. And I can hold on to that and feel that connection through that memory and through those senses. But if I really want to manifest this area of my spell, I get my ass outside. Okay? No, just cleanse yourself. If you made a pendulum board, a Ouija board kind of thing, just make sure that you are cleansed and, you know, take back all the energy which belongs to you and give back all the energy which belongs to them. And that way you are not carrying it with you. It is very easy to invite spirits in through pendulums and through Ouija boards if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? You feed the birds all the time. That's great. So leave some shiny pebbles out. Things that are like smooth glass beads and stuff like that. The ravens will pick them up, take them back to their nesting areas, and they will literally bring you gifts to say thank you. It's great. Ravens are amazing, smart individuals. They truly are. They are smart cookies. Okay, so if you put up protections and you're just asking yes or no, then, you know, you are specifically asking the universe. Again, I do not suggest doing pendulum divination, okay, because part of the reason why, all right, is not just because of the Ouija board kind of style thing, but because when you are holding a pendulum, You have way too much personal influence over it, okay? Micro movements from your subconscious to your hand will sometimes give you the answers that you want to hear or even don't want to hear, simply because your subconscious is working for or against you at the moment based upon where you are with your shadow work. Okay? Make sure that they are larger size glass beads, something that can be held in a beak without them like swallowing them. Okay, like not tiny little beads, but things that are at least a decent sized pebble. I would say, something around these size, in a pebble form. That would be great. The little rounded glass beads that you can put at the bottom of an aquarium would be great. Something that's not easily swallowed, but they will love it. Not only that, but the fairies will probably love it too. Okay, fairies might take some of them and leave you gifts as well, or at least not steal your shit. Because fairies can be extremely mischievous and playful, and they will fuck with you and think it's cute. They're pranksters out the wazoo, and if you're giving them little gifts, then they work on protecting you instead of pranking you. Give them something else to do besides take your glasses and your keys when you really, really, really need your glasses and your keys. God damn it, where's my wallet? Fairies, can I have my wallet back, please? Thank you. That sort of thing. Happens on the regular to me. But I really should be leaving them some more offerings. But, hey, I leave them good energy and incense offerings at least once a month. But if I did more, they would probably be a little bit more inclined to not fuck with me. But you know what? They fuck with my cat Gracie all the time, and Gracie goes chasing them, and it's great. And she's entertained, they're entertained, everybody's happy. Is shadow work a good idea, is what I'm being asked. Okay, because you're frightened of how powerful shadow work feels. Yes, shadow work is a very powerful thing to go through. I do not recommend that you go through it alone. That's part of the things that we do on the mentorship circle. All right, because it's part of your own feelings, thinking, and perceptions that created these shadows in the first place, and the traumas that you've been through, and your response to said traumas that created these shadows in your soul for the first place, in your subconscious in the first place. So having other people to talk through, bounce them off of, work through things together with is a good idea. And having good direction is a good idea. One of the things that we do on the mentorship circle is we have our weekly shadow working journaling that we do together. And, we talk about things like, hey, what are the things that have hurt me in the past? How can I go through this? And we literally journal and shadow work together. And, if we have questions, we ask them of each other. It's a circle. We're there for each other. There is no head. We are all equal in the circle. Okay? But it is good to have somebody else to bounce those things off of, rather than trying to face your own traumas on your own and stay in your own limiting beliefs. Because part of doing the shadow work is to release our traumas and release our limiting beliefs. The other thing I will tell you about shadow work that is very important for you to know is that you do not have to re-experience all of your trauma emotions. You can simply remember and reframe them. Yes, Sabrina, shadow work is hard. Yeah, somebody else says, yeah, they have gifts for the fairies too. So they leave my stuff alone. They have their own gifts. Yes, please take the shiny, leave my glasses, my keys, and my wallet alone, please, and thank you. Now, my fairies will frequently, because I've got crystals out the wazoo, will frequently borrow crystals, but thankfully I have a kind of a library system with them that when they are done with whatever crystal they want, please return it. And I will find it back in a different place, You're just starting therapy too, so that would be great. Yes, therapy can definitely help you work through your shadow work. You read that Mars is in Gemini for 7 months. Absolutely it is. That is going to be some very angsty self-argument time for a lot of people with that. You just had your car locked in your son's school. Oh no, that's terrible. fairies fucking love honey. Fairies love cream, and fairies love honey, and fairies love cream and honey together. The absolute bestest of all. Just saying. And for anybody who's just showing up, this is a little spell we did together. So if you want to see how we put that together, go back and watch the replay on this. We did quite a few little Zen Garden spells to begin our live today. You've been out collecting cans and they shut the gate. Many times they have it to where you can drive up to the inside of the gate and get out if it's an automated gate, but it will not open from the outside. Or you might just have to call somebody. I have been on for about an hour and a half right now. I have no idea what time I started. I started when I felt like it, because it's not a tarot live, it's an Ask a Witch. So you can ask me any of your witchy questions whenever we do an Ask a Witch live, okay? This is your chance to ask metaphysical questions. Sabrina, this is a spell to get rid of overthinking, okay, and self-doubt. So go back and watch it being put together and enjoy the energy from it. But this is a spell to get rid of. It's a dark moon spell to get rid of negative energy, bad vibes, so specifically being overthinking and self-doubt. Asking me if you're a witch is much like asking me if you can do arts and crafts. The answer is, if you do arts and crafts, you're a crafter. If you do witchcraft, you're a witch. Okay? If you want to turn around and put spells on people, then yeah, but keep in mind, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. You'll hear Wiccans specifically say the rule of 3. Whatever you do comes back at you 3 times over. Okay? The Wiccan read. Okay? Other people saying, harm none, do what you will. Well, there comes a point to where you need to harm shit like, okay, fuck cancer. A go away cancer, we fucking hate you, die motherfucker spell is a good dark magic spell. Okay? It's a great dark moon magic spell. Fuck cancer. Let's kill cancer. I think all cancer should die. How about you? Die, cancer. Okay? That is a dark magic spell, but it's positive, and we're harming cancer. Fuck whatever causes it, yeah, absolutely. But, we're still doing harm to something. Cancer is a living kind of an organism kind of thing. So, if you cannot harm, can you really heal? Because you got to kill viruses, you got to kill, cancer. You talk to doctors and they're like, yeah, they're trying to keep the patient alive, but they sure as fuck want to kill that fucking disease. Kill it dead. Kill it super dead. Okay? Kill that disease. Kill that cancer. Fuck cancer. So you got to be able to harm that which is harming the body in order to heal the actual body that your soul is currently residing in. Remember, guys, your body, your body is your flesh bag. It's your outfit. It's what you've been given to wear for a season. And when we cast off our bodies, our soul goes on. And we go to the other side and we get to have our little Club Med vacation until we say, all right, I'm bored now. Time to get some action going. And we come right back and reincarnate and learn some more. Then we go back and have our vacation and the cycle repeats until we're ready to move to our next ascension level. It's your own temple. And remember, some temples, like mine, have lots of graffiti on them, that are sacred, that are holy artwork. So yeah, hey, the temples used to have artwork all over the place. So don't bitch at me for my tattoos, When you do a cord cutting spell, Sabrina asked, if I do a cord cutting spell, will it make it where my daughter will be cut off from me? No, when you're doing a cord cutting spell, you are cutting energetic ties. However, it is really hard to fully cut energetic ties from somebody that you have a literal DNA connection to, like your child or like your parent. Okay? So again, it's better to reframe the connection than it is to cut it, in my opinion. Say you were doing something like that. How can we summon what we need to harm something bad? Visualization. Like, go and look up a picture of what cancer looks like and just burn a piece of paper and picture the cancer just burning away. Okay? Light a candle, and as that candle burns, picture the cancer and all the things that causing it just burning away. Manifestation and visualization. Big, big, big deal. Okay, and like we did here, we did manifestation and visualization. We put in little happy flowers here. Okay, we have arrows moving away from our brain. This is our skull, this is our brain. For the negative to flow away from us. Our guardian is taking it and grounding it out. Negative emotions and negative stuff. We have our little idea, thing here that's tying into our brain and all the good energy that's going with it, that's surrounding our little light bulb of new opportunities and money. And we have here a higher connection with our guides, with the fluorite, and we have it's a crystal of an organized mind. Okay, over here we have our spiritual side, our connection with nature, things that make us happy, being fully present in the moment and being joyful because it's a happy Buddha. Our third eye, our awareness being open, okay, and our Vinadinite, so that we are opening ourselves up on our pineal glands. It's just all representation, okay? It's all representation. We still want these people in our lives, but in a more healthy way. Go back and watch the beginning of this video where I literally wrote negative in the sand, and we wrote the negative and overwrote it with what we wanted. That is a great way of doing that, okay? So you find a way to frame out the way it is, burn it, and replace it with what it is, what type of connection you do want. Make sense? Hey, you can be a Pentecostal witch. A witch does not mean that you have to give up the religion that you choose to follow, okay? If you are a follower of Christ, then you can be a follower of Christ and a witch, okay? In fact, I would dare say some of the most powerful magic casters that I know are Christians. They are the ones that everybody goes up and says, "Oh, damn, you're a prayer warrior. You're a prayer warrior." You know what you're saying? You're a powerful witch. You're manifesting the fuck out of shit because you are putting your heart and soul and divine into communicating with the divine and manifesting what it is that you are praying about. How's that wrong? Yeah, but you don't have to, you can pray. Prayers are spells, people. The only difference with prayers as opposed to actual spells where you're doing stuff like this is you're literally going through and saying, this is what I want, and putting that energy into the universe and asking a divine entity for help. Okay? Please, God, help me with this. That's a spell. Help me with this. I am wanting this in my life. I am really focusing on this, so I am manifesting this in my life, but I need your help, God. Please give me a hand with this. Thank you. I believe in this. I claim it. Whatsoever I bind on earth, also is it bound in heaven. Whatsoever I loose on earth, therefore it also is loosed in heaven. I claim this. That is a spell. Okay? If you have a prayer language and you're like, I am connecting with the divine. I am connected to the divine. I know that I have what God gives to me, with God standing for me, what man can stand against me. I know this. I'm walking in the power of God. This is what I am doing. So mote it be, amen. Spell. Spell. That is a spell. Okay? You can go into a Catholic church, light a candle. Mother Mary, pray for us sinners, now and in the hour of our death. You're asking for a goddess figure, the mother figure, to come and have mercy on you and help you in your time of need. Spell. Working with the divinity. Spells. These are all spells, okay? Going up in front of somebody, John was talking about it earlier. Walking up to somebody and wanting them to feel sleepy, and so all of a sudden you fake a yawn. Oh. Okay? How many of you are going to yawn from the fact that I just faked a yawn? That's a spell. That's a suggestion. The power of suggestion creates spells. The power of manifestation creates spells. The power of prayer, that's all spells. And you're free. The guard let you in. Yay! Hey Gary, how you doing, buddy? You know, if you are a follower of the great goddess Bast and you go up and you love on your cat and say, you know, kitty cat, please ask Bast. Kitty cat, please take my good loving energy, give it to Bast and ask her to help me with that spell. Petting your cat can be a spell to the goddess Bast. Okay? It's that simple. Spells do not have to be complicated. Spells are available to everybody. We can all craft spells. It is personal to the individual. It does not have to be, let me pat my head 3 times, rub my tummy counterclockwise 4 times, go in a circle regardless 4 times in the opposite direction, whatever. It's however it translates to you, however it manifests for you. For me, I like doing stuff like this. It looks good. It feels good. I have put a lot of energy into this as we created this together as both an example and then as like it started to become more and more personal for that self-doubt and that overthinking. You know what? Guess what, folks? Shiya has self-doubt and Shiya overthinks. Welcome to the classic empath bullshit that we all deal with. So this spell became a personal thing for me of releasing self-doubt and releasing overthinking. And I'm like, okay, what are we going to want to bring in to replace it? And this is what we ended up. This is how we ended up. And God, it turns out great. Even those of you who weren't here for the creation of the spell should be able to feel this lovely, beautiful, wonderful energy from this. Okay? It's like, have you seen the movie The Secret? Who's seen the movie The Secret? The Secret is all about the power of the laws of attraction. Okay? The hermetic principles. Also, all about spell work. What it comes down to is, in my opinion, everybody who makes a birthday wish, okay, here's my birthday wish. I'm going to blow out my candle. Okay, you just cast a spell, motherfucker. Good job, you're a witch. I made this. This tray I got here at a thrift store. The sand I got off of Amazon. All of these little tool thingies here that I have sitting in this big bowl is I got off of Amazon. Of course, my crystals I've just been collecting all over the place. These little kind of like, they're really light. They're very, very light. These little bushes and pagodas. I've got more of them in here. Let me see. Hold on. I bought those, and they were all cheap. It's all really cheap. Like, here, hold on. I like traveling. That's another thing I'd like to add in. So here's my boat. I'm going to put a boat on my little river here to go traveling. I want more travel in my life. There we go. I just put that boat down. I forgot I had that boat in there. Travel. All right. So here's some of the other things. Here's a little mushroom hut. You know, little mushroom hut. Okay, I'd like friends in my life. So here, let's have friends come over. I'm going to add a little mushroom hut there for friends. Okay, I like friends. Let's see. That's a little... Yeah, I just got all these little different things. Oh, here's another little boat. So let's travel with friends, shall we? Let's have another little boat to travel together with friends. Loved ones. There we go. See? You have fun making your shut up spell on some people. That, you know what? Shutting them up, that's fine. That's, keep my name out your mouth. That's fine. Now, trying to turn around and create harm for them because they've created difficulty for you could create an equal and opposite reaction, because everything that we do in our life you know, is a everything we do has an equal and opposite reaction. That is a law of nature, and the law of nature teaches us about the law of spirit. As above, so below. That's the entire concept there. Okay. Hey, Elspeth. This is our spell for removing self-doubt and overthinking, by the way. Go back and watch this. We created it all together at the beginning. Matter of fact, let's do another instance here. But I mean, everybody can craft spells. All it takes is faith, belief, energy. Okay, that's all it takes. It's that simple, folks. Okay, it's that simple. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. I could put this up to that, and that way I'm going to put my little thingy on. Maybe we'll get a more backflow on this one. We're going to light another incense in our Lotus folder here. But yes, this is our spell for removing self-doubt and overthinking. What's a good spell? To get a nice job with a nice boss. You know what? Easy. You want an easy one? Write down the things that you're looking for in work. Okay, it's a version of, you know, all the things that are important to you with the work that you have paid to be able to live off of and enjoy life with. That you have a good boss. Talk about your coworkers. Okay, focus on all the things that are important to you. Write it down. Fold it up. Put it, if you want, and put it in your wallet until you manifest it, until it happens. You know, keep it with you. Wrap it around a key. Keys are beautiful symbols, okay, for unlocking doors. All right. I'll show you a little spell thingy I got, and again, Amazon. There's so many spell. Alright. Just had to walk over to my witch's cabinet for a minute. You can look in here, and I'm going to show you a couple of trays that I have in my witch's cabinet. Okay, this is a tray with a bunch of herbs in it. Okay, now you'll see some of them are quite normal, practical, whatever. That, for example, I have some whole black pepper here. Okay, and in grinding some of this whole black pepper that I got from the freaking grocery store, y'all. Whole black pepper from the grocery store. I can make some hot foot powder to get negative people out of my life. Okay, from the grocery store. Here we have some black caraway seeds. Again, also for getting rid of negativity. Okay, that I bought from the grocery store. Whole brown mustard. It's one of my jokes that I put mustard seeds because the Bible kind of talks about the faith of mustard seed. Okay, and I've got a whole little tray here of small herbs. Okay. I've got a whole tray here of rocks, assorted rocks that I got that are raw, that I can use for spells, and that I can actually imbue spells with, and either give these rocks away because these are not my normal crystals. They're different. They're different ones. I have green of like for example, here's some raw blue calcite. Okay, some raw quartz. All right, and I got these in bulk. Some raw citrine, yellow citrine right here. Okay, or no, some raw citrine right there. Different ones that I have. You know, I got some several pounds of peacock stones from Courtney at Embodied Crystals for that. All right. Then I have other things that I got. For example, here we go. Another tray full of. I thought I saw my keys in here, but I guess my keys are in one of my other trays. I've got a whole another tray full of incenses and herbs right here. Okay? And I keep them all stacked up and as I need to craft a spell. I pull them out and I use what calls to me based upon my knowledge of herbs and stones and candles and stuff like that, you know. Sabrina did one with just a lemon and hot sauce. And sewed their mouths and some nail and glass to make it to where nothing bad can be said about it. There you go. Again, we don't have to overthink spell work. It's just what speaks to you, what works for you, what helps you manifest, what energies you want to pull from the environment and from the stones and from the stuff around you. My incense went out. I didn't send that. Mm-hmm. Come on. Light, motherfucker, light. There we go. It's burning. So what other witchy questions you guys have for me? Got our incense going now. But yeah, you can, anything that speaks to you. You can do a spell by coloring a picture, drawing a picture, burning the picture, putting the picture in a place to where you can see it on the regular, putting crystals around said picture that you just drew. Okay, what's a sigil but a picture that you draw that makes sense to you and has power and meaning to you? Have I seen the movie Card Deck? No, I have not. So what other metaphysical, witchy, whatever questions that you guys have for today? I'm loving the feel of this. And guys, just in case you're wondering which incense that we are using a chakra back burner incense here that, you know, is calling for balanced chakras, just in case you're wondering which one is burning. It is a chakra blend. Just wants to keep going out because I'm trying to use a backflow incense cone in a non-backflow container. It worked before. Just gotta let the top burn a little bit more, that's all. Someone said it was a hex. No, it's a spell. You're not trying to harm them. They're just trying to keep them from harming you. That's a protection spell. That's not negative. They can get the fuck over it. You're not trying to harm them. You're just trying to keep them from harming you. That's a protection spell. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Sabrina. Call it a hex. Call it what you will. People like labeling shit. Labels don't matter. Labels don't matter. Let me say that again for those in the back. Labels don't matter. Is that unclear for anybody about labels? Anybody have questions about labels and whether they matter or not? Because you know what? Labels don't matter. Being true to yourself, that matters. Understanding that actions have consequence, positive or negative, that matters. Yes, energy vampires absolutely will do anything to not break the connection, Elspeth. I agree with you completely. There we go. Now we got that incense going good. Woohoo! Look at all that smoke from that incense. All right, my loves. Well, I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. Don't forget to come over tomorrow to the live Monday night is Mentorship Monday. Anybody who's in my mentorship circle gets free readings on that night. All you gotta do is tell me that you're there for your circle reading, okay? Mentorship Circle is the place where we gather together and I do more in-depth teaching. And we do shadow work, community, all kinds of great things together. It's only $25 a month. If you really want to be a part of it and you can't afford $25 a month, message me and we'll try to work something out, because I try to make it accessible to everybody. But I try to, keep something so that all the time and effort and energy and work that I put into it is worthwhile in something, okay? So, how can you get you as protected as your home? We've talked about that, Sabrina, about wearing talismans, and I've told you to go into the mentorship circle and watch the video on empath grounding, centering, and protection. Okay, that is in the using practical magic guide. So go watch that and then talk to me about it. Okay. So, guys, I hope you have the rest of your weekend is fucking phenomenal. Okay, and enjoy the spell. Meanwhile, merry meet, merry part. Until we merry meet again. Blessed be, y'all.